Hey everyone, welcome to Student Shelf demo. So before I start the demo process, I would like to talk a bit about Student Shelf, what it's all about. So Student Shelf is a marketplace, just like the way you have Facebook, KGG and stuff. But Student Shelf is just tailored specifically for students. So only students can sell and only students can buy. So that is it. It's a platform just for students, just like um, the the paragraph you have here that says buy, sell, and connect in one place, which is school, campus, right? Of course, you can buy and sell, like you can exchange your goods and services anywhere. But the point is, you have to be a student in this app to be able to use it. So Student Shelf is a dynamic student marketplace that is designed to help students to buy, sell, and connect with ease, whether it's finding the perfect product, offering your services, or discovering great deals, all within a trusted student community. So the idea behind this is that to help students who wants to sell, maybe they have a service or a product that they want to sell, that they can do this on the side while they study without them thinking of, or maybe they have like a buyer somewhere as far as, right? They can literally sell their products or services within where they study, and also make it affordable for students. Since the student that is buying, it's students, obviously would love to buy things that are affordable, right? If I can get someone who could make my hair cheaper than me going to a salon, of course I would want to go through that person, get the service of that person. Or I have someone who can tutor. It could be anything, right? So long as you're selling a product or a service and you are a student, current student of that school, then yes, this application is for you. So the case study for this application is Humber Polytechnic. So I did my capstone project at Humber, and this was my project, right? So it's called Student Shelf. So the future plan for this application is to make it a SaaS application where other schools can also use the application. But right now, case study is focused on Humber Polytechnic. So this is the landing page. This is where you get to see. When you go to studentshelf.vf.com, this is what you're going to see, just a bit of detail about what Student Shelf is all about, the register and the login button. Oh yes, and the logo. I forgot to mention that up. Yeah. So, but before I start this demo, I would like to mention the tech stack that I used to develop this web application. So for Frontend, I used React and CSS, although I used some Bootstrap CSS, but majority of my CSS are custom. Like I created everything from scratch. So just little Bootstrap was used. For routing, I used React router. Then backend, I used Node.js and Express. For my database, I use MySQL, although via SQLize ORM. And for the authentication and sessions, I use JWT-based authentication. For messaging, I have sockets. I use Socket.io rather. I use Socket.io and polling. And the deployments, I deployed the front end on Vercel and then the back end on Avian. So Avian is a free service similar to Vercel. So this application right now is running on free service. Although if there is no much query to the database, that's Navian, it's going to spin down, and of course it's going to take a while before it spins back up if a request is being made. So yeah, so these are the tech stacks that I used for this application. Again, I did not use any components, like these cards you see, the forms, everything was created from scratch. There is no components that was used here. So anything I used is just anything I could get from React, right? Like the React Raptor, the link, and the others. So that's basically what I used, but I never used any components that could help me with cards or forms or buttons or anything. I think with buttons, I used Bootstrap in some places for buttons. Others I created custom. So yes, this application has like almost 90% from scratch, basically. Yeah. So yes, let's that is all I have to say about Student Shelf in terms of the tech stack that we used and what the application is all about. So there are different features on this application. We have, apart from the register and the login, we have browse and listing, which is like search. We have like the search. We have you being able to favorite a seller that you like. Maybe you've seen stuff that they sell, you like it, and you maybe want to always check it out. Yeah, you can always favorite a seller. Then we also have a messaging system, like I mentioned earlier, the tech stack that I use for the messaging. We have a real-time messaging system. We have a review where you can actually review a seller after you're done probably buying or using their services. You can always leave a review for them. There's also the flagging and the reporting. So in case you come across a listing that is inappropriate or doesn't sit right, or it just anything basically that you think doesn't conform with the community, you can always flag and report that listing, and then the admin is going to review that. If it admin is going to review that and all of that, but we'll get to that later on. And then there is also notification system where right now the notification you only get is when you've got like a message. You get a notification when someone leaves a review for you. You get a notification, and when admin resolves an issue that you sent earlier, you get a notification. And then there is one more as well. If a user favorites your profile, you also get a notification as well. So that's notification feature. Then you can also obviously edit your profile, add profile picture and the likes. You can also add, edit and delete a listing. So this application is two-way. You can just come in to just be a buyer, right? Just like Facebook, you don't need to sell anything. You can always just go buy. So you can just come in, check what you want to buy, and then that's okay. You can also be a buyer and also a seller. You can have something you want to sell and you also see something that you want to buy that you like. Yeah, so it's a two-way platform where you don't need to create a separate account or anything. One account you create allows you to buy and also to sell, right? So you can add, edit and delete listings. Then you can also, we have the feature that you can change your password. Change the password if you think, and also reset a password if you think you forgot it. And then we have the contacts. So the contact form is for the admin. So in case you have like an issue, for example, I tried to upload a listing but it's not going through, something like that, you use the contact form to send an issue to the admin, and they will review that and then get back to you once that is resolved. So once that is resolved, you will get a notification that says the issue you raised has been resolved. So all you have to do on your end is just to go test out that issue that you had earlier, if it has indeed been resolved. And then the admin section, I'm also gonna show you the admin section, how it looks like and stuff, and then the logout feature. So now let's jump right into the demo. I've listed all the features that I'm gonna take you through. So now let's jump right into it. Although I have registered couple of users, so I'm not going to register a new one, but I'm going to show you. So again, before we jump into the register and login, like I said, this is the landing page. So you're good to get to see, before you create an account or even log in or whatever, you are going to see listings from other students. So this is like the landing page. You don't need to log in to see or search for something that you want. Say for example, I search for hair. I should be able to see, listing that has hair in like part of the name, right? So you can search for all of those things. And then if you are not registered or logged in, if you click on view details, it should ask you to log in, right? But once you're logged in and you are on the landing page, you want to view a listing, detail, it's going to take you directly to that detail because you're already logged in. So this is another account I already logged in as. So let me just show you what I mean. I'm logged in. So if I go back to the and I click on view detail, you can see it took me directly to view the detail of that application. That's because I'm already logged in, right? Okay, so let's go back. So this is asking me for login because I haven't logged in. But if you want to register as a user, you come here, you register, your name, your student email. Again, this is for schools, like I said. So the student email for Humber has to end with @humber.ca, right? So again, Humber is the case study. That's why that's student email we're using. So when it becomes a SaaS application, for example, and then you're in your own school, obviously you would use your school email to log in. And that's it. No phone number, no any other. So it's your name. The name can be anything. It doesn't have to rhyme with what you have in your student account, right? Just your email. That is what is needed just to authenticate you into the system because you are a student. So the name, the student email, what campus it is. So right now for Humber, we have North, Lakeshore, and IGS. So it's a campus. So you just put the campus that you are on, then your password, confirm password, and then terms, condition. You obviously check this box before you can always click on this to, read the terms and condition if you want to before you sign and stuff. Then you register. Once you register, it takes you to the login page for you to then log in. So the next feature I'm going to implement is authentication. Like, when you register, you get an email in your student account that says verify, right? So once you verify, then it brings you back to login and stuff. So that is going to be a feature obviously I'll be implementing in the future. So yeah, right now let me log in because I already, like I said earlier, I already created an account. So let me log into that account. So the password, the email, and then the password, and then I'm going to log in. Okay, I probably typed the wrong password. Let's do that again. Perfect. You see, that happened because I probably put in the wrong password. If you're sure of your email, obviously the password is going to be the problem. So be sure that you have the password set. Oh, I forgot to mention something. So I'm not going to log out again because I wouldn't want to do that. But if I come to this login, once you click on this reset, say you forgot your password, you've tried and you tried and you tried, it's not working. Once you click on the reset, it brings you here. Then you put your email, your student email, remember, your student email, you get, they will send you a link. So that link, you use that link to register for, okay, let me just show you how it is. So let me put my student email. Again, be sure that the student email is active. So a link has been sent to my email. I'm going to copy that out and then open a new tab and then post the link here so you see what I'm talking about. So that's how the link comes in. You see it says reset password. Now enter a new password, reset it, and then it brings you to login page for you to reset your password. So let's go back. I'm going to close all of these pages. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Once you log in, this is what you get to see on the dashboard. Again, you get to see all the listings from every student, like every student. So once it gets to, you keep next to like see more of it. Yeah, I think this is a bug. I need to fix the spacing when there is not enough listing yet, but yeah. So this is the dashboard. So the first thing after logging that we're going to do, the first thing is going to do is to browse listing. So either you keep going next here if you just want to like review listings, or you come over here to search. So let's search for makeup, right? Let's search for makeup and then see what comes up. So we have just one makeup listing. Let me click on this. Hopefully it's not mine, because if it is mine, then you would not see the seller info. You won't see the seller info because it is my listing. So let me go over and then show you what I mean. I think this should be mine. So if I click on that, you can see how it shows up, right? Because this is my listing. I don't need to see the seller info because I am the seller, right? So this is what you get to see. Although I still have this report and flagging listing here, I can obviously take it out. I guess that's another bug I need to fix. Yeah. So let's just go back. Let's go back to search. So this is just a searching feature. I just want to use it just to show you that yes, you can actually search for stuff that you want. So it brings up listings that have that name in them. So I click on makeup, it takes you to the detail of that listing. So you can click on this image to view, the images there. And then when you go down, we'll come back to the report and flag listing later. We will come back to it later on. So when you come down, maybe you want like, okay, you've seen the price, you've seen the details, you've seen the pictures. Okay, you want to know more about the seller, right? You can either directly send a message or you go to the seller's page. So, but right now, all you can see for the seller page here is the seller's name, what campus the seller is, the rating. Right now, the seller doesn't have any ratings, and then active listings, or how many listings the seller has. Obviously the seller has one listing. I'm surprised that it's saying 0 here. Yes, again, another bug I need to fix. So if I click on this icon, it takes me to the seller's page, right? So the seller's name again is James.campus. No bio right now for the seller, no policy, nothing. You can see the seller has 2 active listings. So I'm surprised that on the overview of the listing, it doesn't show the active listing. So that is another bug again I am going to fix. You see why it's good to demo. I have done this several times, trust me, but I just didn't catch this bug. So I'm obviously going to look into them. Right. So we've done, I've seen the seller, I can always click on the other listings of this seller just to see what it looks like. It brings me here, the same thing. I can either go here back to the seller's page, or I click here to go back to the seller's listing to see all the listings of that seller. Again, you see, I need to fix the layout of these cards. This is what happens when you don't use components to, do your applications. This basically built from the scratch. So yep, I have different card designs. I'm gonna fix this later on. So I can go back to the seller page from there. So the next thing I'm going to do is to favorite the seller. I like what I see from the seller. I love that they have this kind of products or services, or their rating, they have good rating and stuff. I'm going to favorite the seller. So you just come over here, you favorite it. The blue just lets you know that it's favorited. When you click on it, it's unfavorited. Okay, so that's the second feature, or the third feature that I want to show. So the next one is going to be messaging the seller. So let's send a message to the seller and say, hey, do you still have this, available, or something like that. So you go over to send a message. Yes, I already sent some messages already. Okay, so I'm on Trisha. You can see I have so over here you would see different sellers you have chatted with. Let's say yes, you've had conversations with different sellers, so you're gonna see them on the left side of this screen. Right now this is Trisha. Oh my god, you guys are seeing the conversation between me and Trisha. But let's go over to James. So James is the person that I want to send the message to. Again, I noticed this as a bug because if I click on send a message from James's profile, it should take me directly to James' profile. James' profile on the message, right? So there's another bug. I'm going to fix that as well. So yes, this is James. Then let's send a message. Hey James, I love the powder. Oh, I spell powder. Do you have it on sheet 5? Right, this is just a message. Obviously, there are so many things that this application needs to improve, right? Like giving more information about maybe products or services and stuff like that. Again, another future feature that I intend to implement is an escrow payment where users pay in the app once the services or the product has been exchanged and they love it. They give like a feedback. That way the money will be released to the seller once everything is good. So I want this platform to be as safe as possible as it can be. So escrow is something I'm going to implement in the future, right? So yes, let's go back to sending message. Also, I can decide to like attach an image just to say, oh, this is the specific image I saw or something like that. Let me just use this as an example, right? So you attach the image and then you send it. Yay, voila, it's here, right? So I've sent this to James. Now let's go over to James's account and then check the notification and then see the message that was sent to James. Again, notification is another feature I was going to show you, so I guess I can do that right now through James. So we have, before it was 3, now it is 4. So if I click on this, it takes me to notification. You can see you have a new message from Genevieve, and if you see the time, July 11th 2025, which is what I have up here as well. So yes, this is the latest message. So once I click on this, it takes me over to that message. So this is it. Hey, this is the message that I got, right? How cool is this? So I say, yes, Genevieve, I have it. Okay, I send it. Obviously, go back to my profile. I should receive it immediately because I'm still on the message, so I should receive it immediately. So that is the messaging feature for this application. So the next thing I would love to show is the review. So let's say right now I've chatted with the seller, I've bought the product or the service that I want, and I love it, it's great and it's good. Even if it is not good, I want to leave a review, right? So that's it. So there are 2 ways. If I'm already on the message section, so obviously some people would click on James to take them to James's profile to leave a review. Okay, what happened? Okay, I had to refresh and I don't know what happened over there, but yeah. So it takes me back to James's profile. I come down and click on leave a review. But there's also another way you want to do it. Let's say you're not even on the message section. And probably you're on the home. How do you remember? Oh my God, James's, which listing here is James's listing. This is where favoriting comes in. This is how you get to remember people that you've probably chatted with, or people chatted with. Obviously you see them on the messages, or maybe people you've already exchanged, you've bought something from or something. You just want to see their profile again. So you go over to your profile. Once you go to profile, what you see is your own profile. You're gonna see first thing, and then on the left side you would see my favorite. So once you click on it, it gives you the users or the sellers that you have favorited before. So obviously it's James. I can now click on James. It takes me to James's profile, and then I can leave a review. So I click on this. It takes me back to the review section. Let's write a message and say, great So yeah, great products from James. I love the powder. Let's just say that, right? Let's just say that. So here you give a rating. You love James so much, you could give it a 4-star or a 5-star. Or you don't like the product or the service the person gave you, give it 1 star. So whatever star you choose to give, that is what is going to appear on, like, it aggregates obviously over time. So if people keep giving 1 star, obviously that seller is going to get 1 star. But if majority of them gives like a 4 or 5 star, they probably might have 4 or 5 stars. So it's an aggregate of, you know, cumulated rating. So let's give James a 4-star. Like, yay, I love it, right? And then you submit the review. It tells you submitted successfully and then takes you back to James's profile. Now you can see the rating as, you know, appeared as 4. Before, James didn't have any rating, but now it says he has 4 rating, 4 gold stars. Before, he never had reviews, but now James has a review, and the review is from me. Yes, great product from James. I love the powder. This is it. So the more reviews you have, it appears here, but there is this scroll, horizontal scroll. So you basically, I think after 3 reviews, it's scrolls again. It depends on the screen size. So for this screen size, it's going to be 3 before it starts scrolling. If it is a small screen, it's 1.5, I think, for phone. Yeah, 1.5 and stuff like that. So again, it's dependent on the screen size before the scroll kind of like appears. Let me go over to mine, go to profile, go to my profile. This is James's profile. So you see how it appears? This is James's profile. You see how it appears now. Because he has 1, obviously nothing happens. But once he has like at least 4, the scroll starts happening. Okay. So I already left a review for James. So this is how it looks from a user that is looking at this profile. This is how a user is going to see this review and see everything. But this is how James is going to see his own profile. Oh, okay, my rating is not 4.5 on an average, right? I have active listing too. So you can see on James's side, he can see the active listing, but on the listing detail, the active listing isn't showing. I'm not sure why that is happening, but I'm going to fix it out. And this is also what James just basically gets to see, right? So now we've dealt with reviewing a user. So the next thing I have on my list is to flag a listing. So let's go back to home and let's look for a listing that we want to flag. Obviously, every listing here is good, but yes, let's just try just to show you what the feature does. Basically, let's flag this listing. Maybe I looked at it, it doesn't match, doesn't look great, maybe it looks inappropriate or something. You go to report flag listing. So right now we only have 3 reasons. Is it an inappropriate content? Obviously we all know what inappropriate content looks like. So is it an inappropriate? If it is, then this is the right reason to choose. Is it a spam? It could just be something that maybe doesn't look real, right? It's just, when it doesn't look real, doesn't give much information, nothing like that. You could always call it a spam or incorrect info. It could, this right now, this is actually 3 reasons that we have right now. So let me just say let's call it spam because it doesn't look like an inappropriate info. So let's say it's a spam, and you have an optional comment. If you want to add, this is optional. The only thing that's required is for you to specify a reason you want to flag this. So let's just say doesn't look real. Let's just say that. Oh, I didn't spell it doesn't properly. And then submit. So that flags it for you. And if I go back to that same listing that I just flagged, I'm going to see you've already flagged this listing. So now I can't flag it anymore. But obviously other users can still flag that listing if they want to. But for me, I cannot because I've already done that. Okay, so that is flagging the listing. I already showed you guys about notifications. So again, this is my own profile. You can see I already have this review. So this is the review I was telling you about. So once you have more, it is scrollable and it can be able to scroll. Right now it's just 3, and yeah, the rating as well. So notification was the next thing I was going to show you. Obviously, you could come here, you can see all the notifications I've had so far. Once it's more than 9, it just tells you 9+, meaning you know, you have. And again, this notification is scrollable. You don't need to like keep scrolling on the page. No, you scroll internal of the notification. You just keep scrolling to see the messages. Anyone you click basically goes away. It's no longer there. It takes you to where it's supposed to take you. Yeah, you can see it's no longer there. You don't have that anymore. So that's for notification. So the next thing I'm going to take you over to is profile edit. So right now, I don't have any policy. I don't have any phone number, although the phone number is just going to be for my viewing only. That's for the user viewing only. Other users cannot see your phone number. Only thing they can see is your email, your name, your campus, bio, policy, rating, active listing, and review. That is what they're going to see. They cannot see your phone number or your email. Those things are private. So let me update my profile, right? I just probably want to add the policy. I could say no refunds after 3 days, right? Let's do that and then save. Again, you can see you cannot edit your email. That is locked in. You can change your name if you want to. For your email, you cannot. So we're going to save this. And yeah, voila. Now we see no refunds after 3 days. Of course, I can also change my profile picture if I want to. Let's try that for James. So let's say I want to change the for James. Let's pick let's pick this one for James. You know, that updates automatically, so you don't have to do like a save or anything. So once you click it, that it's just updates automatically. So that is how you can update your profile if you want to. So the next thing is going to be to add listings. Okay, so let's go over to my own profile. If I go to my listings, you can see all the listings that I have so far, and I want to add another one. Okay, I can add from here, or I can go to home and click on add listing. So those are the two places you can actually add listings. Oh, and I also forgot, I took you over to profile for you to be able to check my favorites. So on homepage as well, you have it very accessible. You click on my favorites, it takes you to the same place, and you can see James's picture now appears as well. So yes, so for my favorites, you can check it at home or profile. Same thing with my listing. If you want to add a listing, you come to your profile, my listing, or you go over to home and then click on add a listing. Before adding a listing, you can obviously, if you type by campus, maybe you're in North Campus, you want to check, oh, what are the listings I can find in North Campus? Yeah, you can do that. And yeah, okay, category based on services or products. Obviously, there's nothing for service in North Campus. Yeah, there should be a message that says no service in North Campus. Yeah, another bug I'm going to fix. But the next I want to show you is obviously is add listing. So let's go over to add listing. So it takes you to this page, and then, oh, you can also add a listing from cell. Yeah, so from cell, from profile, my listing, or home. So you have these 3 places to add a listing. So let me add a listing. Let's call this nail art, all kinds of nail art. Okay, so this is going to be a service because so since it's a service, I need to select a category. So even if it's not the subcategory, rather, if it is not there, I can obviously click on other and then specify the subcategory. But I think it falls under hair and beauty, right? Yeah, let's just say it falls under this, and I click on that and then give it a price. Let's say your average price for this specific listing, let's just say it's $20. So this is something I also want to do in the future, whereby whatever listing you put out, you're putting the exact price. There's no negotiation. So this is going to happen when a scroll is implemented. So whatever you put on the system, that is what users are going to pay and check out. No bargaining whatsoever. So when that time comes, obviously users, students should be able to decide on what price suits the listing that they're putting out, because of course they can always edit that price, that listing price, if they want to. But once a user wants to make payment, whatever price that is on during that time, that is what the student is going to check out with. So, but right now, of course, when they get to chat with the seller, they can bargain on price. So let's say this is for 20. I'm going to choose images. Again, you can upload only 3 images max. So I'm going to select all 3 of the snail images that I have here. It accepts JPEG, JPG, WebP, and AVIF. It accepts those file formats. Yep. And once you select, you can always decide on which one to set as a cover, right? So right now it says this is the cover, but I want this one to be the cover of this listing. So I'm going to click on publish, and then yay, listing has been added. So once you get this success message, you can either go to listings or add another one. So I'm going to go listings. So this takes me to my own listings, not the home all listings. So this takes me to my own listings, and you can see the latest one I just added. So now I've added one. Let's edit this. So I can click on edit. Let's say I want to edit the price, and also I want to change the cover. Yes, this is another bug I need to fix, which is the size of the images even after, because when I uploaded it, you can see it gave that specific size that I wanted. So obviously I need to do the same thing for edit so that you can see the full image. Right now it's showing like, well, obviously we had this as cover. Now we can set maybe this one. Again, I would love this to always say this is the cover so that user knows what the cover initially was, right? So these are bugs that I would fix. I am glad I'm seeing these bugs. I know I would find bugs. I am sure of that. So I'm glad I'm seeing them during this demo. So I'm going to fix this bugs, and then yeah, that probably might be my next my next release. So yeah. So let's set this as a cover image and then publish. So you can see the image changed and the price as well changed as well. And we want to delete listing. So that is another one. Let's see if there's a listing we can delete from James. My listings. So I have this for James. Yay. Okay. I love this listing. So what will happen is, let me add another listing for James, and then just let's call it test products. Let's say beauty personal care. Price, let's just say 15. Choose an image. Let's just go ahead and choose the same images and then publish. So this is the image that was added. So let's delete this image. So click on the delete icon and confirm. Then that is gone. So that is on adding, editing, and deleting a listing. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is to change password. So let's come over to my own profile. You can see on the left side when you go to profile. Again, when you go into profile, you go to settings. Okay, there's not settings, sorry, password. Okay, so that's just me showing you my settings, I guess. Right now, this doesn't function. The English French doesn't function right now. It's yeah, future implementation. And the DAC team works, but we are not there yet. Okay, we are not there yet, but let me show you what it looks like. Yep, that's what it looks like. Oh yeah, this is the bug. So but yes, we don't want this, so let's right now let's go back to the light theme. Okay, yeah, because it's not 100% working the way it's supposed to, so let's leave that for now. So I'm going to go over to password, and then let's change my current password. So I have this as my current password. And now let's add a new password. Retype it. And let's update. So this 2FA2 is not implemented yet. Yeah, so let's and you can obviously get password security tips in case, just for you to make sure your password is very secured. So just go with these tips that we have here. So yes, I've set up my new password. I'm going to update it. So watch what happens when I click on update. Yep, and then it's going to log me out and then bring me back to the login page. So let's put this let's put the old password, right, and then see what it says. Yeah, invalid password or email. Obviously the password is the one that's wrong, not the email. So let's put the right one now. Okay, yay. So yes, we've been able to change our password. Again, you can reset from the login page, or on your profile you can change your password. So those two places are where you can actually change your passwords. So the next I have on the list is to contact admin. So you go over to profile, right, or you come to if you're on desktop, so you come to contacts down here. But if you're on mobile or some screen sizes, let me show you how the mobile view looks like. So this is what you get to see, right? And then when you scroll the way down, you get to see these icons. You get to see the home, profile, adding a listing, or a message. So you won't get to see like your contact like you will see on the desktop page. So just scroll all the way down to your profile and then click on this. You should select contact. You come down here, you're going to see contact, so click on it and then it opens up the contact for you. So this is for the mobile view. This is what you're going to see, right? Again, yes, this is responsive for all screen sizes, your tablets, your notebooks, your desktops, mobile phones. Yeah, this is responsive enough. So I'm going to give it a name, right? No matter what name you give it, the point is your email is logged in. So the admin gets to know which user that sent this issue. Right, so let's say the subject is okay. So let's say this is the issue we are having. Let's send this over to the admin. Okay, so it's sent. Obviously, admin would receive that message, and now the next phase of this demo would be the admin section. So I'm going to take you over to the admin section. So this is what you get to see if you're an admin, right? Right now, obviously, the admin is me, right? I am the admin. So this is what you get to see. This is how the admin dashboard is. It has the this obviously the dashboard. So it has the users, listings, flagged listings, support issues, user activity logs. We're going to go over all of them. So it tells you total number of users you have, listings, total flagged listings, and support issues. So this tells you all of these things. So we're going to go over all of them one at a time. So you can either access them via this place or on the panel side. So let's start with the manage users. So for users, what admin can do is just two things. They can suspend a user or delete a user. So right now this user is suspended, right? If I try to log in as this user, I'm going to get, oh, you have been suspended, contact the admin. So let me show you that before we continue. So I'm going to log out James. So I'm already on James's profile. So I'm going to go scroll all the way down on the left side of the panel and then log out. Now let's try to log in this user. Hopefully I remember the password. So you see what it says, suspended account, contact the admin. Okay, so now you can actually contact admin. I think I might have to add like a contact or something, but I think you can do that via the home page. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to have the contact here, but for now, obviously the phone number and the email, they are not active. So yeah, so you can always come to the home page and then pick up the email on the number and then send us a message in order to be able to assist you in reactivating your account. I might probably have to make this as a form, but for right now I just left it like this, but I think a form will be better. That way the user can use their student email and stuff like that, just to be able to know what user and stuff. So yep, so that is that on suspending a user. So you can see it says suspended, and I can always reactivate if I want to, and then these other users I can suspend them or delete them. Then we'll go over to listings. So this shows all the listings that we that all this application have for right now, all the users. So these are all the listings that are here. I'm pretty sure future implementation, I would love to have like a filter, like between a filter or the listings. So imagine having like 100,000 listings. So how, of course, I need to look forward. What happens when there is we start scaling and there's a lot of listings and stuff like that. So I need to look at that. Yep. So yes, this is what you get to see as when it comes to listings. Or you can just do is to delete a listing, right? So I'm going to show it. So there are two ways you can actually come here to delete. But before you do that, obviously you want to be sure why you're deleting a listing. Maybe nobody flagged it, but you as an admin, you noticed that a listing is inappropriate or something. That is a logic I would implement later on. Analyzing listings that are posted to be sure that they are safe enough. So once anyone is flagged, then we can I can always come here and delete it. But right now that feature is not yet in place. We've not implemented that feature yet. When I say we've not, I'm seeing student shelf as an entity already. So I don't want to say it's just only me. Yeah, of course it's only me right now, full-fledged on this application, but I'm looking at it, obviously it's going to scale. So I love using the term we, right? So we're going to scale. We're going to delete. I'm pretty sure you get the drill. So yeah, so that's for listing. Then over to flag listing. So remember I flagged the listing, and there is also a previously listing that was flagged. So this is the one I flagged. This is my name, flagged by me, male braids. You can see the name of the listing. I can always click on this. It takes me to that listing. So one thing with this admin account is that it also operates as a user as well. So let me open this on a new tab. You can see it took me to that specific listing. So now I can come over here and do my own findings and see, okay, is this really inappropriate like the person said, or is it spam? Oh, let's see if that's spam, something like that. Just take the reason. If there's a comment, check it and then see make your finding as an admin and decide on if this is inappropriate. If it is, I can always delete this, right? Or suspend the user. So the suspending of the user obviously will come in when this flagging has happened to this user several times for different listing, obviously. So let's say this user has like 5 listings that people have flagged, then at this point, suspending that user is going to be the next line of action, right? But obviously, those implementations are not yet there for, to track how many times has this user been flagged and stuff like that, just to give, the admin the right time to flag this, to suspend this user. And again, it'd be nice to have like an analysis or an analysis that will help with, analyzing all of these things and then suggesting, giving you like a suggestion on, okay, this user has been flagged 5 times, it's suspending is like the next line of action, something like that. So that will be a future implementation. There is a lot of features to implement. So this application is something I want to take forward, but yeah, right now, this is what I have right now. So yeah, so I can delete this listing if I decide, okay, this is obviously inappropriate or something, I would delete it right away. We can also send a message to the user, letting them know that this specific listing is, probably spam or something, give them a pre-warning so that they can probably change it, right? Yeah, so having like another button that says message or contact seller would be nice to have it here. Okay, so yes, obviously this is, I can dismiss. So once I dismiss this flagging for me, right, if I dismiss it, then I go over to my profile and then look for that listing that I flagged, which is this one. If I click on it, you would see it's back to say report a flag listing, and no longer you've already flagged this listing. Okay, so that's basically what happens. Okay, so let's go back to the admin side. So yeah, so that's basically what flag listing you can get on the admin side. And then support issues. So these are the support issues that have come in, and obviously I sent one, which is active listing for a seller not showing. So this is the one I just sent, and it kind of like ranks them based on resolved and pending. So the resolved ones, they kind of like go down, and then the pending one stays up. Again, on the admin panel side, it's been nice to have like filters and some other stuff just to help with when you have a lot of data. So right now data is obviously little, so it's easy to like filter through and then see what needs to be seen. So yes, I can always mark this as resolved. Let's say, okay, this seller is complaining about this, right? We go over, fix that specific bug that the user is having. Once it's been resolved, we can always click this as mark resolved, obviously. So once this is clicked as mark resolved, yeah, that says resolved. And if I go over to my user, because I was the one who submitted the support, if I click on this notification, you can see it says active listing for seller not showing raised on this has been resolved. So this is what I'm going to see. Of course, if I click on this, it takes me over to like, contacts, again. But the point is now that this is resolved. You can obviously go and check those things out and see if it was actually resolved. So that's for support. And then last is user activity log. So this is for admin, basically, just for them to see what have users been up to. You can get to see their name, the actions that they've performed, the description of those actions. So right now, all activity that they can see is, adding a listing, deleting a listing, updating a listing. So for admin too, you see admin to have like suspended user, because this admin is also a user kind of. So yeah, so you see this are for now, the activity you get to see is just add, delete and updates a listing. And if admin does anything as well, you get to see no message exchange. No, admin doesn't see those things. Yeah, so those are private for users. It's end-to-end encrypted. Yep, so nobody gets to see those chats. So yes, for now, this is the activity log for users that admin get to see. There is nothing more right now on the admin side, even though I know there's still a whole lot of things to be improved on this application, right? So yeah, I'm actually open up to, investors, people who love this application and see potential in it and they want to invest in it. I'm open to that. So yeah, shoot me a message. But anyway, so this is about so this is Student Shelf. This is the demo I have for you. You can see it has as much feature as possible. Of course, there is still room for growth, but yes, so this, just to let you know again, on the profile, what you can see is user info, that's your own information, change of password, your listings, your favorites, settings, which obviously we have nothing tangible yet, notifications, you can also get to see that from here, add listing, you can also do that from here or from the, this is obviously desktop view. Same thing for mobile, like I said before with mobile, all of this appears at the bottom, and then you still have your side panel. Then support, this is like, you want to see like all of the facts and stuff, you get to see that on your profile side. Contacts as well, then agreement, privacy, and then logout. Agreement privacy also appears on the bottom for desktop view and some tablets, right? But mobile views, you get to just have this, right? This mobile, yeah. So yeah, I have plans of also making this an application that you can find on App Store or Google Play Store, Apple Store, App Store, and Google Play Store. So yes, I have intention of deploying that, but obviously this app still has like a long way to go, to have it to where it is supposed to be. Right now, this is the MVP for this application. I know the MVP seems a lot, but yes, this is the MVP for this application. I am looking forward to taking it to the next level and then making it what it's supposed to be for schools to use. So again, right now, Humber is the case study, and future goal is to make it a SaaS application where other schools can as well use this application. So yes, thank you so much for staying all the way to watch this demo. I hope you were able to understand what this application is all about, why we built it or why I built it. You love it, or you have some maybe improvements or comments, feedback. I'm open to all of these things. That is the only way Student Shelf can actually grow, if I get your feedbacks on what you think. Give me comments. You can drop comments for me, DMs. Yeah, I'm open to all of that. So yes, thank you so much for watching this demo, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm so sorry that it's not open for everybody. This is just for students. That is why I actually had to do a demo on it, because if you're not a student, you basically cannot register. So yes, thank you so much, and then see you in my next project. I have another one coming up, so yes, see you in my next project. Bye.